So hello guys, it's you me, your one and only me. So guys, welcome back again. So just like I told you guys, just like I told you guys last week, the main purpose of yes, who is that? Huh? The main purpose of having this video is like to help other beginners, yeah, especially those, more especially those that would be going the same way we did. Came into this thing with just only God and us, no mentor. So yeah, it been a tough journey. Let me tell you, whoever tells you that trading is simple or more, guy, just know that the person doesn't know what he wants here or what he's doing here. Just take it like that. Trading is never nothing good comes easy. You get, just have that in your mind, guy. Nothing good comes easy. So more guy, it will frustrate you. That's the simple truth. It will frustrate you, but then again, the reward is worth it. So that's it. The reward for me is not just the money. Yeah, there's more to it. There's more to it. Me trading is not just about the money. Yeah, I have other things, that I want to do there. I have other things, other plans. I have other plans for it. In that same trading circle you get. So that's it. So guys, I would say that this week, has been so amazing. Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing week. I won't lie. Not because I've been making money or something. I haven't made anything. I haven't made any profit. I haven't made any profit this week. I've just been like I've been losing and learning. I've been losing and learning. This is the time. This is the time to like learn. This is the learning process. You get me? This is the learning process. So this is the time. So not like, yeah, I haven't hit any essay this week, but learning, like I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. With the mistake and correction of last week, I was able to like navigate through some things, and things are going well now. Things are going well. I would say that I kind of improved. Yeah, the person I was last week is not the person I am now. So that's it. And this is the time, in trading, you don't jump into trading, or you don't jump out of some aspect of it, with that mindset that you're done. You never done. You never done. I've told you guys, you never done until you start seeing more of greens than red. So that's it. So today we'll be treating about three or four things, yeah. Which one of them, yeah, we'll be treating about. I know they call this video. I'm supposed to they commend me. I know they call this video. See, it's only those that goes live straight. That doesn't cut or edit anything. But guy, check it now. Them that all those people, all those ones that like that, all those normal video they do, they edit it now. Me, I don't want to edit. I'm not editing or cutting anything. I'm not starting afresh, guy. So we'll manage it anyhow it is. So we'll be treating about three or four things. Which are um which are wait, let me check something. We'll be treating about three or four things, which are time, patient, time, patient, um, principles, and consistency. Yeah, those four things. So time, time in trading. Time in trading is time in trading. So in trading, I would say we have different times. You get, we have the learning process. You get, in fact, we have the positioning process, where you come like ask yourself, what's this? Like, why am I doing this? What next after this? You get, these are the things that I asked myself, that like made me drop out from school. You get, I was like, after this, after getting the certificate, what's next? You get, and I wasn't able to like answer that question, and I was like, no, 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 this is not what I want. So in trading, you get to ask yourself some certain questions, like why, what for? You get, what next after this? You get, what's the next step? Like, was more things. There are so many things you need to know. So in trading, let's just go deep into trade. I'm not saying you should I'm not saying you should drop out from school. No, no, no. Different people, different destiny, different different process. You get, your way like your way, your process, might not be the same with mine. You get me. I'm not saying education is very fantastic, fantastic. The person you're seeing here is was a was an SP, was an SP. So like brain the hot to forget to brain the hot. So me, it just me doing it. I've checked it, and I was like, yeah, this is not my destiny. Yes, I have to just follow my own way. I don't know if this. I'm not supposed to drop this information here. Anyways, so time, in trading there are different times. Like there are different times for different things. Yeah, for different purposes. You get there are time. We have the learning process, we have the practical process, and we have the execution process. You get we have the consistent process. You get oh God, more this information that I dropped here now. So the thing there now is in the time process. For me now, this is the time to learn. You get this is the time to learn. This is the time to learn. You get you know yeah, I once made that mistake of going into trading, like after learning, not like I'm done learning, like after learning some things, I felt like I was done learning. It's now time to make money, and what I got in return wasn't funny. You get so that's what you get whenever you going into something without knowing what time it is. So time, they say, is very very important. It's very 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 important. So that's it. And then again, in this learning process that I'm in now, which is I call it the basic process. So this process now is very very important for everybody. You get everybody in trading it, beginners or beginners. So this time of learning now, this like me now, I'm not in that time of learning. I'm both in time of learning and practice. You get I'm practicing what I've learned. You get and still learning in my practice. You get there's no practice without learning, and there's no learning without practice. You get so at the end of the learning, you still have to practice, and at the end of the practice you still have to learn. You get so that's it. That's life for you. So me now, that is in the time of practicing and learning. So in this time now, I'm practicing. I'm done practicing with demo. So I'm not practicing with live accounts. You get so the reason for this, the reason why I'm saying all this is because so that you won't feel like you don't learning because you want to stop using demo. That it's not time to make more. It's not time to make money. You get you still have to practice with live. You still have to practice with life before you start thinking of scaling. Before you start thinking that thing you're thinking about now is scaling. It's called scaling, not trading. It's called scaling, not making money. It's called scaling. But you still have to like practice with your real money before you get to that point. So that's it. Then um the second one is patient. See, let me tell you the thing about let me even in life general, you need patience to execute. You need patience to do things. You get from the mistakes that I made last week and what I learned last week. I was like, guy, my guy. I was telling this guy, I was like, out of patience in this game is out of sight. I know the guy will be like, come on, this guy again. Out of patience, let me tell you guys. I don't know how it sounds. I don't know if it sounds stupid or but like out of patience in this game is out of sight. You get there's a big difference, between someone that analyze, when you come into the chat, when you come to the chat, with that patient spirit. You get and when you come to the chat with that voice spirit. You get with that spirit of I want something. You get and you are still in the practical process, in the learning process, and you wanting something. What do you want? The only thing you should be wanting is the knowledge, the right knowledge. You see, let me tell you, just like they say, you don't know the worth of what you have until you lose it. At this point now, there's nothing that would be given to you. Let me tell you, if everything is poured on you now, you still lose it. Why? Because you haven't should I say created, you haven't created or made principles, like you're not in that level, you're not in that should I say rate of, your ideology is not yet in that stage that would like keep keep um keep manage and scale things that are being given to you now. So that's it. So you need patience to do things, you get. This is not the time to like, this is not the time to like start thinking about money. You need patience. So whenever you want to analyze, if you want to like know what you're, if you want to know what you're doing, you get, if you want to know the next step to take, what should I be marking, where should I plot this, how should I plot this, it comes with patience, you get. Because when you come to the chart with that, like with a clear mindset, you get, that with just a mindset of analyzing or giving it my best without expecting any other thing, then you end up like getting your best, getting the best market could give you. But when you come to the chart with that mindset of let me mark this so that when market drops here it gives me money, no, 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 no. You mark this, market will get there and give you loss. So that's what you always get. But when you come to the market, with patient, nothing is driving you, get, nothing is driving you, you are not driving anything. You just there looking at the thing, you just doing your thing. You see, you end up catching something, catching one move or the other. You get. But when you are impatient, when something is bothering or disturbing you, guy, or more, you won't really know what you are doing. You just be marking anything you see. You could just, you just, when they say that someone is, I've forgotten this word, not hallucinating. Yeah, I think yeah, hallucinating. Yeah, you could just hallucinate anything and be like, yeah, this is this. You see green, you and I know that this is green. This edge, the pen cover is green. You'll be like, oh, this blue. Why? Because you want to see blue, and that's where life is. That's just life for you. You always get what you want. So that's it. That's which you seek. But even Bible says that's which you seek is what you get. You get me? So when you come to the market with that mindset of seeing, oh my guy, last week I was marking nonsense and support and resistance. Why? Because I was just there for the money, you get. I was just trying to get something. But this week, after seeing that, I wasn't, I didn't have patience. I kind of like worked on being last whenever I want to analyze. So I just analyzed and analyze, mark, try to get great touches, great support and resistance. Just see, let me tell you, the thing there is that when you come to the market with patience, you tend to work with 80 to 90% of what you've learned, you get. But when you come to the market with impatient, that impatient spirit, that impatient this thing, you tend to work in the market with just not, in fact self, not up to 30% of what you've learned. I'm telling you, to be honest, you'll be working with not up to 30% of what you've learned. But when you come with that patient spirit, that patient mindset, you work with 80 to 90% of what you've learned, and you see yourself scaling, learning and scaling. Then the third one I think is principle. Principle. Principle they say is actually the, should I say principle. Principle they say is one of the pillars of success. No principle, no gain. No principle, no reward. You get. No principle, no gain. No principle, no reward. You know, the fact that I could like, that I could make this decking hang like this. The fact that I could make this decking, this cement, this decking is composed of cement and all that thing. The fact that I could make this decking hang like this, hang on the air like this, is because I have to create principle. I have to create a principle, which this wall is part of it. This wall is part of it. In this wall now, there's a pillar here. It's part of it. It holds the decking, which a rod iron decking. You put the iron first. You get. And you putting the iron, you have to like deck the decking first, with wood, part of the principle. So without all these things, the wall, the iron, the cement, the water, the stone, everything, there's no decking for you. You can't just pour, and you can't just pour a sand on the air and it will stand. No, 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 no. There must be a principle, you get. And there's always a big and huge difference between being principled and having principles, you get. Having principles is just like you creating a rule, you get. Let's just say rules and regulation, you creating rules and regulation without following them, you just having those rules and regulation. But you being principled is you walking your way, you trying to, like, build yourself in that principles, and like making it be part of you, you get. Making it be part of you. We're not better on anything, if we're not part of that thing, or that thing being part of us, you get. So that's just life for you. So you having principles and you having principles and you being principled are two different things. You get principles when you're learning how to trade, when you are still reading some things, trying to learn this and learn that. But you principled, you become principled when you take that trade, you hit yourself, you be like, yeah, 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 you're more. I made a mess, I what I did there was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. And then you put it down. That's just you putting it down. Is just, you getting principle. Then when you want to take another, you be like, yeah, I think I did something like this, and it didn't turn out well. I won't do it again. That's you being principled, you get. You replicate that same thing over and over again, it becomes part of you. That's you being principled. So there are two different things. It's just like what happened today. You see, okay, I want us to cover four things, which are time, patience, principles, and consistency. But yeah, and we've done time, patience, and we are in principle now. So this principle, I want to join it with consistency. So it's just like a trader that I met today. The guy, he's a trader, but not a full trader, not a full time trader. He's also into another stuff. So the guy was like, the problem he's having now, he has started trading, but the problem he's having now is, him analyzing and then making profit. He makes profit, to making profit, and then hitting and losing it all. That's like the part of the problem he's having is a principle problem, and a consistency problem. I know you'd be wondering, what consistency has to do with this, but having principles, just like I've told you, principles, him being consistent is just being consistent is not just, you scaling up consistently. In that consistent in you scaling up, in you making that consistent profit, in you making that consistent progress, also requires consistent principles, you get. It also required it also requires a consistent principled man, a consistent principled, human being, a consistent principled woman, you get, a consistent principled lady, you get, something like that. So you scaling up, you being consistent, you making consistent progress also requires consistent principles, you get. So the guy was like, one of the guys, this thing was like, the guy was like that he made this thing, that there was a day he even made 97 dollars with a $50 account. He made $97 and then he lost it all. How? He made $97. He was like, let him go for just three to make it 100. Then on the process of making just three, he started losing. And on the process of losing, he tried recovering the one he has lost, then which led to him using higher lot size. Then on the process, he lost it all the money, from 97 to 0. He even lost his equity. So that's it. So the thing there now, in that kind of case, I feel like, the person has, two problems, which is principles, principle and consistency. So the guy I feel like the problem that kind of person has is called, for me, it's called a consistent a a a a principle inconsistency. You get, you being consistent, just like I've told you, it's not just you scaling up, all the time, you scaling up straight, you making straight progress. You get, it's not it. It's also about, like, you having a principle that helps you scale. You get, as you are scaling, as you have, let me say something like you have something like a level, or should I say a rate, at which you scale, you here you let's just say, let me use this ideology that I've been using to build myself. A You having a planned risk, all the time, you planning all your movement, all your risk all the time. So the guy now, I feel like, him now losing those monies because, his consistency, there wasn't any principle in his consistency. So let's just go into that consistency now. When it comes to consistency now, we all know that when you start scaling, when you start making profits, there's what we call in lot size, in using lot size, just like the guy had to use a bigger lot size just to recover. No, he shouldn't have done that. We all know that we have something like you and I know that we have lot size principles. You get, you don't jump from one lot size to another. You only change your lot size when you must have, scaled to a certain point whereby that lot size you were using doesn't befit the level you are in. You get, that's just life. That's one of the principles of life. Let me tell you, just like I learned from a man of God, when God, like, in life naturally, you get, the man was like Apostle Joseph Simon. He was like, I don't know if I would, get it right the way he said it, but then he was like, you see the way I'm in this place now, in this apartment now, in this self-com now, with other four people, we are five here. See, we are the sleep there. So the man was like, you don't need to be desperate about comfort. That even the place you are, that discomfort place you are, would chase you out when the time is right. You get, so when the time is right, you don't need to, like, push things to happen. When the time is right, in this place I am now, I could be here. I might have 10k, 20k, and I'll still be here until I feel like, this, not like it doesn't befit, but like, it can't contain me anymore. You get, because of the new movement I'll be making, no movement of big boys. There's nothing there. So because of the new movement or new this thing I'll be doing, it won't, like, work for me. Then I'll have to change. So that's it. So we all know that we have something. We have lot size consistency. So you following that, this thing is like, you have certain amounts, and I will keep using this lot size until I get to this certain amount. You dare not change that lot size no matter what happens. You get, you dare not change that lot size. But if though it's usually hard to follow that principle when you have low equity, when you're starting with low equity. You get, but having a lot size principle and lot size consistency is just, like, you following up, you using, like, following up lot size based on your account size, based on your equity. There's something like that. So that's just it. See, and then again, see, let me tell you guys, if there's anything I've learned about this anything I like and have anything I've learned and like about this profession is that, just like, it my friend that said this, he said it, and it stuck with me. So the guy was like, the reason why he likes this profession, I think yesterday when we were on call yesterday, so he was like, the reason why he likes this profession is that it's the only profession for me, I don't know, this is the only one I know for now. It's the only profession that there is no other way to navigate but just one way. You get, in this profession now, there's no other way, like, there's no shortcut, there's no mago, there's nothing, you do, like, that will just, push you. This you see this profession is just like, the rest of heaven. You get, no matter anything you do, you still have to like walk from that this thing. No matter how big you are, you still have to like move from point A to point B. And those things that you're supposed to do that will take you to point B, that's what you must do. There's nothing like me doing this so that I'll jump this. No, 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 no. It's not like normal school for you where you get to jump primary six from five. You would enter senior secondary school. Oh yeah. So the thing there is that know where you are, which is the time I've thought about. Know where you are, what you're supposed to be doing there. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. So ask yourself a question: where am I? What am I supposed to be doing here? And after here, what next? Sometimes after here, what next, must not be answered at the spot. You get the answer as you're moving. You get the answer as you're moving. And then again, patient, patient. The best state of mind you could get when doing anything, not just trading, when doing anything. Patient, patient. Then again, principle. I'm telling you, I did under this thing now. No be say no be it's not because I'm under this thing now. Like I'm under here safe and not worried about the up, because like there's principles holding it. You get things holding it. So that's life for you. And then consistency, consistency. It's very, 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 very important. So that's it, guys. And I want do you want a house tour? You want a house tour? Let me try my best. So currently, ladies people know what they get with that they talk. So I want to cook rice. So these are the things for the rice. The things I bought for the rice. So currently now, this is the only thing we have in this house. This is the only thing I have in this house. Only this rice, nothing else. Don't have anything else. Like surviving in this house some more. It's been God. It has always been God. I'm telling you, like you wake up every morning, not knowing, where the next day will come from. But not like you don't know. You don't. I always know that it's always from God. But you don't know where He has kept that that day school. So you have to like make some move to go get it. So that's it. That's the only thing that just that rice. So if I cook this one, then if I cook this one, no afternoon this So if I make that one now and eat it this night, then no more tomorrow morning. Don't know what tomorrow has. But when we get there, we'll find out. So that's it. So me being here now, no more like I've told you guys, no more looking at a potential, more. Where we are going is very far and high. If it's my guy, whenever I tells him that we will shake the world, he would be like, we'll not just shake the world. Hmm? I've forgotten the other thing he normally asks on it. Hi, I've forgotten it too. But we won't just shake the world. We will surprise and shake the world. Great people, great people, great people. Omo,